Welcome to Jersey Line. Pat O'Melia here. Pat, the pro football prognosticator. Last week I went 7-7, but I went 3-4 on the FanDuel bets. So I made money last week. So I hope to continue that. But I think the kitty on FanDuel is like $460. I'll bet some games this weekend. I got them here. So to start it off, Thursday night, one of my favorite teams, Tennessee, against one of the teams I really have no faith really in, Indianapolis, and only because of Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is really just good enough to lose. He's the only guy from the draft class with Eli and Ben who didn't win a Super Bowl. And he's not going to win a Super Bowl. So I'm going to take Tennessee at home minus 1.5 points against the Colts. They want to knock over my coffee. 1 o'clock game. Houston at Cleveland. I thought Houston was going to turn things around. That did not happen with Romeo Crennel. Cleveland is actually playing better now that Beckham is out. I'm going to go with Cleveland at home, minus 3. Philadelphia, 1 o'clock at my New York Giants. That's why I got the blue on. I'm going to go with the pro football Giants there, and I'm getting 3.5. Home dog getting 3.5. Philadelphia is playing just good enough to lose. And actually, the Giant defense is doing pretty good. They just released Ballantyne, but the defense has really been playing well. 1 o'clock game. Tampa Bay at Carolina. I was one of the people that took New Orleans last week, and New Orleans whooped up on the Buccaneers. Unfortunately, I didn't take them on FanDuel. I should have. I was thinking about it, but I didn't do it. Right up to game time, I was thinking about it. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay against Carolina. McCaffrey's not playing, so it's going to be difficult for Carolina to score, and I think you're going to have a very, very angry Tom Brady after last week. Jacksonville at Green Bay. Jacksonville, they're on their third-string quarterback. They're looking towards the future. Green Bay is looking at today. I'm going to take Green Bay minus 12.5, the biggest line on the weekend. 4 o'clock game, Buffalo at Arizona. I like Arizona. They're a good team. They're up and coming, but they just can't seem to close the game. That's what happened last week also. Buffalo seems to have figured out how to close the game, even though Josh Allen gets a little shaky in those fourth quarters. But I'm going to go with Buffalo plus 2 versus Arizona in Arizona. 4 o'clock, Denver at the Raiders. It's Raider weekend for the Denver Broncos. Always a big rivalry with those two teams. I'm going to take Denver, getting 5.5. I think they keep it close. 4 o'clock game, Chargers at Miami. Boy, Tube was doing pretty good, huh? He put it together last week against Arizona. Arizona had all the opportunities to win. They just couldn't close it. There's something missing there now. 4 o'clock, it's Chargers at Miami. I'm going to go with the Chargers, because I think, Tuba, unless he's the greatest rookie of all time, is going to hit a speed bump somewhere along the line. And Hebert with the Chargers is playing really good. So I'll take the Chargers plus 2.5 versus Miami. Cincinnati, 4 o'clock game, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. I don't know if Big Ben's going to play. He was out with COVID-19 protocols this week. Plus, he hurt his knee last week. If he's not playing, Cincinnati will keep it close. But Cincinnati keeps everything close. I think they had only one blowout game this year. So I'm going to take Cincinnati getting 6.5 points. 4 o'clock game, San Francisco at New Orleans. San Francisco, there's nobody playing right now that you would have figured were playing at the beginning of the year. Everybody's out injured. New Orleans, Drew has got it going. If you watched it last week, he had it going all the way around. I'm going to take New Orleans minus 9.5. 4 o'clock game, Seattle at Rams. Good team, Seattle. They got the worst defense right now in the NFL. They have a problem in the backfield. But I got confidence in this team. I like Russell Wilson. I think he can pull this game out. Plus, I'm getting 2 points. So I'm taking Seattle plus 2 versus the Rams. 8 o'clock game. FanDuel, by the way. 8 o'clock game. Baltimore at New Orleans. I'm going to take, Baltimore at New England. I'm going to take Baltimore. New England, they're not the same. Something's wrong. Also, something's wrong with Cam. Cam Newton, there's something wrong with his arm. Ever since he didn't recover that football in the Super Bowl with the fumble, he hasn't been the same. He just looked real tentative last week. Baltimore is back on in high gear. I'm going to take Baltimore -7. Monday night, Minnesota at Chicago. Chicago is rudderless. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm going to go with Minnesota. That seems to have found their stride, especially with a running back that's running for 200 yards a game with Cook. I'm going to go with Minnesota -2.5. All right, that's good. That's smart. Don't bet over your head. You got a gambling problem. That's because you're not going with my picks. You have a good weekend. I'll see you next week. Good night.